Parade of grafters.
Jacinta, no!
Ding, ding.
And we are recording. Is it a sip? We're not working today then?
No, off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, sick, Ed.
Yeah.
I saw you had been bouncing around town as well, picking up food.
Been in Leeds for 10 years and I love the market, but I was always a bit scared. You know that Maxi's Rotisserie, that Chinese place?
Yeah, it's like there's so much in there, and it's like unless you kind of know how to engage with everyone in there, it's
Yeah,
like, am I
yeah.
going to look like a dickhead or?
One the other day for the first time, it's incredible, cheap, super authentic, like best Turk I had in my life.
Duke.
Yeah, they're good. It's like
Duck, sorry.
yeah, Duck.
This is what we're going to have. We're going to have a lot of
accent complications.
Who was that you went to the other night? The comedian. Is it a Scottish comedian?
Kevin Bridges?
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Had real.
he's super funny, but I've been watching his videos with sometimes with subtitles or not, but you were watching that face to face, but it was a big venue.
Yeah,
It's
it's the echo effect, isn't it? Sometimes
I couldn't even see him. So, and then people was laughing at the jokes. I was like, "Can you shoot up?" I'm trying to concentrate on what he's saying.
Yeah.
So I had a good experience. It's kind of phenomenal that after 10 years in UK, I got that kind of moments. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I felt so frustrated. I left. Then there is a Mojos next to the city hall.
Yeah.
So I went with my friend Manolo, but he was sat down in the row.
So is this in Manchester?
Sheffield.
Oh, Sheffield. Okay.
Yeah. And I text him on WhatsApp like, mate, I'm leaving, I can't get shit. So just went to Moyo, had like 3 pints while they were finishing. So yeah, not too bad.
But yeah, that's an aside. Yeah, but yeah, the language will be. We'll throw subtitles in if when you say Duke and it's meaning duck.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Going to the Duke and Drake.
Yeah, Duke and Drake.
But yeah, just bouncing around the market because there are some fucking great food spots in there. I think
One
sweet cider I've picked up on. It's like down one of the sides. Harry from Holy Mountain, when he was doing his show, What's the Move, with sort of best places to eat around Yorkshire. He'd been to this sweet cider in Leeds Market. Fucking great spot I go back to every once.
I don't even know.
Every few weeks now. There's so much down
I've
there.
been living next to the market for like a year now, and I go to the market like probably once a week, and still at places that I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're fucking with oysters today.
Oh yeah, that little stall like on the fish roll is amazing. Like,
you just get fresh oysters and neck them.
Yeah,
they're in.
Yeah. I got there
I've
first.
never had oysters, and they
they are amazing.
Scare me out / gross me out. So
it's one of the things that some people love it, some people hate it.
Yeah.
Or some people didn't even try them.
Yeah,
but
that's me.
I love fresh seafood, and
I keep seeing you and Sai always smashing them. And
so if I'm not going there and grab like 3 oysters to eat there, I'm going to Sai's to grab make a barbecue or whatever, and I get like a dozen of them, and we crack them in Sai's house. Yeah, we did this barbecue like few weeks back, and I got like 2 lobsters and oysters and
I know,
shit.
it looked ridiculous.
It was like, we were there, mate, it was so fucking hot, like drinking amazing wine, drinking beers, eating oysters, grilling lobsters and that, and it was like, there's not many people in England eating better than us right now. And we all work in the industry. It's not like we got plenty of money, but if you just 4 people,
but if you know the suppliers, then you know how to
I
work
literally
with
use Starbucks, who is the supplier we use in Whitelock for the fish.
that are down in the Leeds Market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I shouldn't say this, but when I go, they give me a little discount because I.
Oh yeah, well if you're
But the thing is that you can get lobsters and fish and that and do a proper barbecue. If you're like 5 people, you chuck like a 20 quid each, and you've eaten amazing food.
Yeah.
Another 15 quid for wines and that.
We should say though as well that the Sai that we're referring to is Sai Talbot that works at Shears Yard. Sorry, manages.
Yeah, he's general manager.
Shears Yard.
Yeah.
And his partner, who he lives
with. Yeah, Liz is sous chef in Shears Yard as well.
So yeah, when you've got
and then
that's a pretty hefty kind of. Shears Yard is a real kind of. I wouldn't say it's like high level fine dining type, but it's sort of like it's the accessible version of that. It feels like.
I always have like amazing meals in in cheese. Yeah, like
yes,
Jamie head chef, he's pretty clever with the mixture of the flavors profile that he does. But it's always like nice and interesting. And sorry, but that day as well, we had Elliot, who is head chef in Olive and Rye. Do you know, in the Thornton's Arcade?
No, I don't know it now.
It's
Olive and Rye?
Yeah.
No.
It's a kind of like breakfast brunch.
Okay, yeah, one of the cafe spots
yeah,
down there.
It's pretty...
So many cool independent places
pretty sick
there. Yeah.
So, it was proper chefy barbecue. Everyone tried to, let me do this, that. So it was 3 chefs trying to do 4 things. Like, no, I'll do this batter for the lobster. No, let me chop this onions, whatever. Yeah. But it's always fun, like, cooking with other people. That kind of cooking is pretty straightforward. Like,
bang it on.
Yeah, you got good products. Like, we had like big Sebas and a big Syrian, beyond lemon parsley deal inside the fish straight on the barbecue.
Sick.
Yeah.
So like bouncing around the market then, is that, as you say, most days? So what sorts of things do you pick up and where do you go?
So as I say, like, I went for the first time to this Max's rotisserie, which is like the Chinese place.
Is that the top end?
It used to be on the Butcher's Row, but all that road is shut now. So now it's like, it's weird. I try to go, I get lost like every time I try to get there. Like, it was this corner, no. Like, so you need to find it. So it's proper like Chinese rotisserie. They do like pork belly and Turk and soy chicken and that with rice and vegetables and that.
Cool.
But it's amazing. And you can get a meal for like £8. And I got one today. I got half at home still. I can't eat all that meal. So yeah, it's just like, have a wander, see if, it's a bit more expensive like buying in the market than in the shop, but quality is, I don't spend that much money because I shop, I go shopping for my own, so I don't literally go and do a big shopping. When I go days off, I just go and grab what I'm going to do for dinner and then grab stuff for that day.
Yeah.
Because after that, I'm going to be at work like 5 days in a row, so I'm not going to eat at home.
Yeah, plus, you're going to be saving a lot of money. Well, I should say you work as a chef, so you work in a kitchen, and I can only imagine it's a whole bunch of food going spare, so...
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I mean, I cook sometimes, but I get takeaways all the time. I'm so bad.
So at the moment, you're working at Whitelocks?
Yeah, I'm a sous chef in Whitelocks. Pretty happy, Whitelocks is an amazing pub.
Yeah.
Oldest pub in Leeds.
I mean, not to be sucking dick too soon, but I reckon for me, best Sunday roast in the city.
There's a few places like She's Yard does an amazing roast.
Is my runner-up, basically.
But Whitelocks is probably first place I've been working at completely. I really think it's a great roast. We do things like, luckily we got 2 ovens, so we can do stuff on the day that in other places you have to do like the day before, like Yorkshire puddings and that.
Okay.
Having 2 ovens means we start doing the gravy on the Friday.
Okay.
So the gravy start. We put it in an oven for like 100 degrees for like literally like 48 hours, and then finish it on the Sunday morning.
This ain't no Bisto, kids.
Yeah. So it's like, my old friend Jameson's. Wow, this is gonna get.
Don't let this break your flow. Carry on
with
the gravy
I'm
talk.
just saying, it's gonna get.
I was getting aroused there.
Yeah,
I felt a little twinkle in my dick.
It takes time. It takes a lot of love, and we pride ourselves in the roast we do, and
it's a lot of covers per Sunday. Cause it's like, I try and get booked
everyone
in.
tells me like, how do you make that much money on roast on a Sunday? Like, why looks small? Like, well,
you make the money because they really police the bookings. They really do a good job on
things
that.
Like, we probably only got like 85 bookings on a Sunday, but we end doing like 275 people. Cause my thing is that Whitelocks is in city centre in Brigade. Like, a lot of people come from outside Leeds for shopping and that.
Yeah.
And then they just come, have a roast in 20 minutes and fuck off.
Yeah.
So you got the same table like 10, like 20 times.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, it's just people who don't come and sit down for 2 hours. Like, people come, have the roast, go, and then you put that table in again. And it's not that small. We got Whitelocks and Turk's Head side, and also now all that jar is they put like new tables, so you can fit like 8 people in each table. So
yeah.
It's like when it's good weather, people sit outside. So
so if it's all booked up, can you just turn up and sit outside then, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't come on the rush hour when everyone's sat down, you probably they find you a place. So
yeah.
So we start thinking, 80 people, it's gonna be easy, and then it's fucking mayhem. Yeah, it's not. I think for chefs, like Sunday service is not the most favorite one.
No, because it's very formulaic. It's the same thing. It's, I guess, the least creative.
Yeah, and it's busy all day. So
yes.
It's probably the shortest service of the week, but it's the most intense because it's non-stop.
I'd say for you it is.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I look at the bookings, and if I go to, say, Crowd of Favours, sometimes they'll have their busy weekends, but for the most part, ebbs and flows. Whereas you guys, we looked just this past Sunday gone, me and Al asked to try and get in, and it was, you've got to book before 10 a.m. On Sunday, and even at like sort of 8 in the morning, I think it was, you had to have it was a 5:30 roast, and
yeah.
So it's a
people book like
the roasts get booked up like a motherfucker in this town.
People, lots of friends. I mean, do you think I could get a table for Sunday? I was like, just book like at least like 4 or 5 days before, because people start making plans on Monday, Tuesday. It's like, when we're gonna go on Sunday, and then by Friday it's crazy. Like
that's just never me though. It's like I don't even like buying a fucking concert ticket still.
I know,
It's like,
last minute. Yeah.
What sort of fucking losers booking a Sunday lunch before Sunday? It's like,
most of the times you can get a table if you walk in.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If it's not like the crazy hours, like 12 till 2.
Yeah.
When everyone sat down, like then slow down, but it's still busy. But I reckon if it's a nice day, sit outside, have a roast outside, and then little chat.
Well, we got the weather at the moment, at least. So
see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
But
yeah, what's life like generally in there? I was saying to Nicole earlier, I've literally no idea what the hell like chef's life is, what it's about, and I guess it's probably different for like each level of what you're doing. So sous chef life, head chef life.
At this point, after all the pandemic and that, is probably
you're just glad to be in the kitchen.
It's the best. I think it's the best time since I've been in Leeds for 10 years. This is the best time for chefs for sure in the last 10 years.
In what way?
A lot of people left the industry. A lot of people did, start doing all other stuff.
Yeah.
Because people realized like how many hours they were spending in a kitchen for cheap money, and you can do half of the hours and make double the money somewhere else.
Yeah.
A lot of people as well with Brexit like left, European chefs like that. When lockdown started, like a lot of people got redundant in the jobs.
The furlough, yeah.
And then if you're not from here and you don't have a network that supports you, like the only way to escape is going back home.
Yes.
And a lot of people didn't came back. So restaurants are craving for chefs. Now some places are paying like crazy wages. I have never imagined that. Like you can go and do random line cook, chef de partie, as we say, random chef, and get like fucking £17 an hour. That's mental.
Yeah.
But it's good because now we can put our conditions. All right, I want this money, I want these hours, blah blah, and then places can say, all right, we'll take it or not. But this demand of chefs, like a lot of places say like, all right, 45 hours, £16 an hour, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's good for us, I think.
Yeah.
At least we're getting paid fair now for the job we do.
Yeah.
Back in the past, I've been on salary in other places and been doing 65 hours, so it's crazy shit for same money. Making the same money if I work 40 hours or 65 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think Whitelock is the first place I'm completely happy. I got plenty of free time for a chef. Usually have 3 days off a week.
Yeah. It seems a great team down there as well.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Everyone is pretty focused. We got freedom to do specials, and we're doing now that dinner club that we do every last Thursday of every month.
Yeah.
So it's one of us doing a tasting menu, so you can do whatever you want, and so it keeps you excited.
Yeah.
It's not only fish and chips and pies and that, but yeah, it's great. Like I love the pool. Got great beers.
Didn't you had your dinners club events about a month, two 2 months ago?
I did it on. I did mine. I think it was May. So I did one proper close to my heart. Like it was about the flavors I grown up with. Like my grandma cooking. Now, obviously, giving it a twist and trying to be a bit more fancy. But my grandmom is from an area of Spain, is Almeria. So they are still really influenced by the Moorish. So the Moors, they were in Spain for 700 years back in the fucking day, whatever it was that. And obviously they brought all the spices and all that shit and that. But where my grandmom is, they still cook with that. It's more, you don't see that kind of like Moorish cooking that much in other parts of Spain. So they use a lot of cinnamon for like salty dishes or cumin or that. So I try to get a few recipes from back in the day and pay tribute to that. And
what dishes did you have then?
So
wasn't there a fish dish?
I had 2 fish dishes. So
this bloody fly.
I had like a watermelon salmorejo. Salmorejo is like a thick cold soup, traditionally made with tomatoes and garlic and that. Yeah. You add bread and so you make it thick. But I did it with watermelon instead, so a bit more fresh. So it was bang. And then I did like a semi-cured mackerel fillet cured with sumac and fennel seeds and a lot of spice and that. Ajo blanco, which is a thick sauce, it's made with almonds and garlic, bread thick about, and I did some salty grapes and mate, I wouldn't mad with that.
Salty grapes.
yeah, mate, they were amazing.
I know, but that's what it's all about. Is like just trying things, and you're like, what in the hell's going on here? Like, I think the last time I was in,
because it was my first tasting meal, so I was a bit nervous, like, oh, how's this gonna work? But are people gonna get this profile of flavors and that?
Yeah.
And I was fucking amazed about it.
Cool.
I went out after the meal, people fucking clapping hands and that. I was like, don't make me fucking talk.
That must have felt great though. Like, when does that ever happen for a chef?
But there was this massive guy, super tall, a fucking massive beard. He was like, you made your mom proud, mate. I was like, fucking hell, man. Thank you. People buying me drinks and that. So,
nice.
Yeah. So I'm having my next one in September, last Thursday, September.
Okay.
And well, I can't say what it's gonna be yet, but it's gonna be inspired on my trips to Basque Country, north of Spain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually, I just bought a book. There's one up on the shelf there. The Basque History of the World.
Mate,
I need to. I've got like a really, really rough awareness as to the whole Basque Country, concept, and it just, as soon as I learned of it, it just absolutely fascinated me. It might have actually been off. Who was that tattooist that was in Leeds from?
Oh, decor.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think.
Decor's from San Sebastian.
I met him at the bar one time, and then just sort of did a deep dive and learning about the place. And
I had a long story with Basque Country. I'm from the opposite way from Spain, like literally 1,000 miles down the south.
Okay.
But when I was a kid or teenage, like the biggest punk scene in Spain was in Basque in the 80s, and then all the bands I used to listen.
Not Madrid.
It was different.
Okay.
Madrid.
It was a better kind of scene.
There's always like controversial. Like Madrid, it was a big punk scene, but Madrid, it were posh kids.
Okay.
So it was kids from rich families who had money to get guitars and that, like, early 80s and that.
Yeah.
Basque Country, the punk came from a necessity of, like, because they'd been oppressed there for years. When Franco was the 40 years of dictatorship, they weren't allowed to speak the language. It was always Basque people. They are big fighters, and they have like this national identity that is not Spanish or French. It's Basque.
Yeah.
So the punk scene there was proper, like, rough, like, so political and that. And I was fascinated when I was a teenager with that. And I know so many bands that sing in Basque, and I don't know what shit they say, because
of course.
Basque language is like, it's nothing. It's just Russian for me. But we were listening to these tapes and trying to recreate the sounds So yeah, I was fascinated with Basque since a young age, and my dad really likes to go there mainly for the food. So I've been traveling to Basque since I was like 10, 12, at least like once a year.
Yeah.
Going to all these amazing restaurants and that, and now I got plenty of friends there, and it's fascinating with the culture. It's so you cross this. It's not an official border, but you get into Basque and you are in a different fucking place. It's like different language, completely different language, different traditions. They got their own sports.
Is it like sort of welcoming of tourism, or is it quite a sort of a real rustic place?
It was rougher back in the 80s and 90s and that, but things calmed down a lot. San Sebastian's been always like a big touristic city, more for like French people.
San Sebastian.
It's literally like 10 miles from the border.
Yeah,
and it's pretty Frenchy. Like San Sebastian, the architecture and that is pretty French.
Yeah.
The thing with what they call Basque Country, it's not only the territory in Spain, it crossed to France.
Okay.
So if you cross the border, there's about like 20, 30 miles. Every town around, they speak Basque.
Yeah.
So, which is great because, you can stop a culture with borders, like,
Yes,
if these people got the same feeling of community, both sides of the border, you're not going to stop that saying this is France, this is Spain. Like, they speak Basque both sides. I mean, I could stay talking about Basque for hours, but it's for chefs as well. It's there's more Michelin star per capita there than anywhere else on earth.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because it's a small territory, but there's so many 3 Michelin star restaurants and 2 Michelin star restaurants at every mile.
Nice.
So yeah, go there, do my research. So I'm gonna base my menu on that. Can't say what it will be, but yeah, it's inspired by that.
Yeah. So when did you come across from Spain then?
Here.
Yeah.
Leeds, 2013.
Okay.
So
because it's one of them things. I think doing this show, it's one of the kind of better things for me is just getting to dig into the lives of the people I've known forever.
We know each other for years, but we actually probably don't know us too much from each other.
Exactly, yeah, and like just there's so many people. Like even Rosita, I have no idea what the whole sort of when she came across from Lebanon and just all everyone. It's like
Rosita's like kind of mix like. Because that's funny because I know Rosita for years as well, and I always spoke to her in English. But then one day on Facebook, she texted me in a perfect Spanish. I was like, "Do you fucking know Spanish?" Like, of course, yeah. I was like, why you let me like speak this fucking broken English with you when you can speak proper Spanish?
The goddamn colonizer mindset has taken over.
Yeah. But came in 2013. Yeah, it's gonna be 10 years soon. We'll make a big party in Santiago.
Yes, yeah.
10 years of Sebas being getting pissed.
So what age did you come across and what brought you over?
Well, the official story, what I tell to everyone or someone who's going to employ me, is back in those years, like, but it still is, but back in those years, like, it was really bad in Spain to get a job. Like, I spent 2 years unemployed, and there was like no sights of getting anything. Or
was this sort of post, I guess, financial collapse?
Yeah, after that, 2008.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still shit there. I definitely needed a change. I got into a circle of, not being motivated about anything. Like, you don't have a job. It's like you get like benefits for like a year or two, depending on how long you've been working.
Yeah.
You got this allowance of kind of like minimum incoming or whatever.
Okay.
So I was paying a rent, like 200 euros a month, and then spend the rest of the money drinking and taking drugs. So yeah, I'm pretty clear with that now. Like, I took my last money to escape that situation. I was like, if I leave, or I'm not gonna end well, because there's nothing to do. I don't know how to explain it. It's like everyone is in the same situation. So everyone's like, got nothing to do. What are you gonna do? Let's get some fucking beers and some drugs and yeah, it's sad, but it's that. And then when you get that, and you spend like a year doing that, it's like
you just end up a stupid rackhead.
Yeah. So I had a few options, like end up in hospital or in jail, or you just try to fuck off from there. You know, avoid the situation at all.
Did you have like pals that did the same then, or?
Yeah, a lot of people left. Like some friends went to Netherlands or Germany, or came to England.
Why Leeds?
Why Leeds? That's a good one.
It's way fucking north. You kind of land in the UK, and there's a whole bit of land to get to.
It's an easy explanation. I have for sure like I didn't want to go to London. I hate big cities like that. I hate Madrid. You know, I hate places like you can't control that, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so after that I was like, wow, north of England sounds good. But I had like 2 or 3 friends from my hometown living here already. Doing something in Bradford Uni.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I gotta be a network there, you know, if I go there.
Yeah.
And they, you know, they helped me out like the first few weeks, like, you know, mainly because I didn't know what to fucking do. Like, you need to go, you know, job center, get your NIN number, open a bank account, all the shit you need to apply for jobs. Obviously, get a house and that. So yeah, it just came basically because they were here, and then, you know, if I had any doubts or any questions, it was so easy to reach them. So yeah, and I fell in love with the fucking city.
Let's take a little break. Try some of this. This is from Vocation. Is it Hebden Bridge they're based?
Yes.
Yeah, Hebden Bridge.
Yeah, I got a friend working there.
It's tidy. Yeah, Vocation. I never really kind of fucked with them too much.
Is that sour?
This is a sour. This is a cherry sour. Rich, sweet tart. You hate them?
Not all sours, but...
Well, we got a couple of dark beers, I think, as well in there. So I'm trying to see if there's any further details. 4.5%. Yeah. It looks like just pure
juice.
Looks like pure blood.
It's very sherbety.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thick and yeah.
That's a gorgeous like vanilla.
I'm alright with that. I can't, you know, with that peaty sours.
Yeah, so this is saying it is rich, sweet, tart, mouth-watering, jammy sour with an intense cherry overload, as vibrant in flavour as it is in colour. While it's certainly vibrant in colour, the smell is pure vanilla. It's fucking lush, is that?
It could even be like a low alcoholic wine. The colour is...
It's got those wine...
Yeah.
There's sort of the tannic sort of... certain something, but it's also like really rounded. Like this is like, you know, when you first see red wine as a kid and you think, what's this going to taste like?
Yeah.
This is how you want red wine to taste as a kid.
Yeah.
This is actually
easy drink.
This is bloody delish. Yeah.
No, it's really good.
So Vocation, Death by Cherries. That is a round of thumbs up from us, 4.3%. So it's not going to blow your socks off as well. Well done. So you land in Leeds. Did you have like the sort of the idea of Shefflin's going to be the way, or was that later?
No, at all. I had no idea what I was going to do. Like I never chefed in Spain.
Yeah.
Before, you know, when I came. But you know, I got a flight and then I got a hotel for like a week. One of these cheap Ivies, whatever. It was like 30 quid a night. And then my goal was on those 6 days I came to do all the shit I had to do to, you know,
get signed up.
And find a house. And I think luck played, you know, I was a bit lucky as well.
Okay.
So somehow I found this, because back there, you know, it was like 9 years ago, my English was absolutely terrible. I thought I was like, you know, I've been doing English lessons in Spain for years. I was looking up, my parents put me in an academy when I was like fucking 6 or 7, so I had so much vocabulary and, you know, grammar and that in my head. But yeah, it's so much different when you get here and then you get into fucking Yorkshire. Like,
when it's a conversation.
You're right, mate. What the fuck is going on? But yeah, contact with this lady who had renting a room in Woodhouse.
Nice and cheap.
Went there. So to be honest, I could be more thankful that she made it so easy for me. So signing everything, blah blah blah. I was like, you know, I'm gonna get back to Spain for like 10 days and grab all my stuff and get back. Yeah, no problem. Signing, it was like £300 for a room with everything included. It was 5 more people, me and 5 more people in the.
Okay, yeah.
But you know, I had no money. I literally took the last money I had in Spain used to come here.
Yeah.
And yeah, so everything was fine. Went back to Spain, celebrated my birthday there with all my friends, like
and a goodbye.
Like a goodbye party.
Yeah,
it was fucking messy. I literally was in the plane back like dying, but it was worth it. And yeah, started my adventure in Woodhouse. Fucking loved it there. I have to thank all the locals from the Chemic Tavern, because they will come me like, you know, one more of the family.
Yeah.
So I was, you know, my next step was try to find a job. Had everything else, had a house, had a pan account, blah blah blah. And I started going to the Chemic because it was literally next to the house, and my good friend Rob was there as the landlord. Rob, Jimmy, and Kate. And I started going there like, oh, have a pint, you know. I need a pint.
Yeah.
I'm in a different country now. And then I started going, and I don't know, the 4th or 5th time I went, they were like, hi mate, do you live around here? And I was like, oh yeah, I just moved from Spain. And that was my introduction to the Chemic Tavern community.
I guess like British pub culture as well.
Yeah, it's proper local. Same people goes every day.
Yeah.
That's how the Chemic works, and I love it. It's just like all the people from around just go there every day. They do a lot of activities and that, and yeah, they fucking, oh, Sebastian, my new friend from Spain. And I just starting going there, and I got some of my best friends in years are from that first step.
Yeah. And
then I got an amazing job in McDonald's.
Oh, nice, McDonald's. Yeah.
First job in Brigade.
Yeah.
Is so different now that it was like 9 years ago. So, you know, that Mac is open 24 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that Mackey's at the bottom of the Brigade is just, it's insane.
It was,
on a Friday, Saturday
I've never
night.
seen so many bouncers, even in a festival.
Yeah.
Like,
first time I'd seen police outside of McDonald's. Yeah.
I've never seen so many fights in my life in the same place, the same night. But you know, it was work. It paid the bills for the first few months, and I know, you know, I still put it on my CV. You know, some fellow chefs are like, why don't put McDonald's? Like, mate, I'm not ashamed of it. Like, it literally is my way to say like I had to do that to pay for my fucking bills. So I still put it on. Like, and to be honest, like, working in that McDonald's showed me how fucking crazy a shift can be. Like a nice shift Friday or Saturday there. Like,
I mean, to be honest, thinking about it, like that is a straight up like when it's in the weeds and it's just
the first weekend. So I work on a Saturday. So I start on a week. I don't know. I probably work like Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday night. I work that Saturday, and then I call in sick the Saturday after. That was like, there's no way I'm gonna fucking do the same shit. I nearly died. I nearly had like 5 strokes. But you know, I'm a noob and that, right? Whatever. And then it was fucking crazy work that. So after that, any interview had like, oh, you handle yourself okay in a
stressful situations.
Yeah, I work in that. I work in Mackey's in Brigade.
That's the thing. It's like
everyone was like, oh, fine.
The phrase trial by fire.
Yeah.
So it's basically.
Everyone was like, oh, yeah, you work in that Mackey's in Brigade on night shift. Like, you'll be fine. So no. I mean, sometimes I think I would like to feel the same kind of excitement I had those first 2 years.
Yeah.
Everything was new, and every step was challenging. But I mean, I couldn't have a phone conversation. I remember when they called me from Maggie's to have an interview, I was in a booth, and I couldn't understand what the girl was saying. I was like, so I learned this. I was like, sorry, I can't hear you well. Can you send me all the details by email? And then I was really good at reading. Like, no problem. My writing is pretty good. It was still there, but it was if I don't have a face-to-face contact, it was really hard for me to get whatever. So even that's, again, people from the Chemic Tavern, like, they slow down they conversation to make me feel like I was in.
It's the thing that everyone in the UK realises, that when you meet somebody from the mainland, they are going to know 2, probably 3 languages. Ashtray. So there's always that accommodation, basically, of people being sort of willing to slow down for somebody that they know doesn't speak the language as well. So there's, I guess, a place like the Kenwick Tavern as well. It's because it is such a down to earth.
Yeah, it's pretty chill place, It's
chill as fuck.
Yeah, it's sad that I don't go that much now because, well, I moved from the area and then it was hard to get there. I still go now and then, and it fills me with pride. Like I go there and you got this all the guys, Dips and Jill and Claire and that, and they still tell me how proud they are of me.
Your progression.
Yeah. When I told them I'm gonna be head chef in the Crystal Bridge, they were like, wow, and they appreciate my
journey,
my kind of journey. And
so where did it start then? What was the first into the sort of legit kitchen outside of McDonald's?
So I worked in McDonald's for 6 months, and then I had a really ugly burn there. I sleep on the floor, and then I landed. My arm landed on one of the toasters. So how the skin on my forearm got stuck there. So it wasn't. To be honest, it was shit because the thing with McDonald's, managers try to keep people busy even when there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
So this guy was like, "Oh, you mop around there." So someone mopped around the pass. I was bringing some berries to pass and literally slept. And then so I had to go hospital. It was a bit ugly burn, and they were like, so it got infected as well. So it was so it took me a month to get get rid of the bends and that. So in that time, I was on sick pay. It was back in the day, was 80 quid a week, something like that. So it's the only time in my 10 years I've been so close to go back home.
Yeah.
Because I was I can't afford rent or whatever. Luckily, my dad supported me, and I'll send you pay for the rent a month and a half or whatever. I paid him back because I wasn't proud of asking my dad that, I don't know how long was back in the day. It was 32. I'm 41 now, so I didn't feel proud of asking my dad for money.
Yeah.
But so in those weeks, I was like, don't want to do this shit anymore, blah blah. So I resigned, I handed my notice, and then I had a period there, not knowing what to do because I couldn't cook because my arm was so sensitive that
the heat in the kitchen.
Yeah. So funny story. I went to Bad Apples one day, and I already went a few times. So Mark knew me. Oh, Spanish brother, whatever. And I explained I left McDonald's. I don't know what to do. And he offered me to walk in Bad Apples. I knew it wasn't a good idea. Why? First, because I love booze, I love rock and punk and metal. So, and it looks like a stupid idea, but I accepted it. And I walked.
So just quickly, Bad Apples being the just on Call Lane, Mark Howes that used to run the place, own the place even.
Yeah.
It was sort of absolute dive metal rock bar type thing.
One of the best bars in Leeds.
Oh, it's fucking great. Yeah. Wrong bar, mate.
And so I accepted, and then I did 4 or 5 weeks there, and I had the time of my life. I don't remember shit of that month, but
I didn't realise you'd worked a bar gig.
Yeah. It was fucking hard as fuck for me because imagine really loud metal playing, Yorkshire accent, being drunk at the same time. So I had a few angry customers because I didn't know what the fuck they wanted. I had this. That was my first chef reality. Someone asking for a JD and Coke.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't fucking know what a JD is in England. Obviously, it's a Jack Daniels. I know that now.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I was trying to look at every bottle on the shelf.
That was my thing as well when I started at Santi's, because Santiago had so many whiskies.
Yeah.
And they were all just so high up on the shelves.
Yeah,
and they all had these people referred to them, as you say, different little terms that people had for their favourite whiskies.
Yeah.
They just say, "Oh, can I get this and this?" And you're like, "What the fuck?" No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun times. Like, I didn't make much money because so every beer we had, we were paying like a symbolic price, like £1 or whatever. So after a month, I think Mark gave me like this envelope with money. I was like, "Where's the rest?" And he showed me this notebook. That's all the beers you had in this month. You spend more money on beers than you make already. But it was great time.
I never fucked with a tab. When there was people used to have tabs at bars, and just I saw the damage it did, and it's cool. It's cool sometimes. Put it on my tab.
Things that you don't realize till you get paid, and it's like fuck. And then, but it was great time. I worked with Jonty there, many shifts, plenty of Jaegers, plenty of Jamesons.
Yeah.
Late closes at 5 a.m. I mean, I wasn't making a living, but I was having the time of my life.
Yeah.
I opened some shifts. I was opening the bar and play Spanish punk and Spanish hardcore and that. And first kids be like, "What the fuck is this?" That man. I'm singing along, and this is the first time no one knows the lyrics but me.
Yeah.
So it was good. So thanks to Mark, I could survive for a little bit, and then got an interview for. It was the time when Trinity Kitchen was opening. So I got an interview for that stall that's not there anymore, called the Chicago Rib Shack.
I remember when you were working in there.
Yeah. So I got a job there as a line cook, whatever. And that was my first step in. I mean, we were doing burgers and ribs and that, but like kind of like proper kitchen routine, prepping, and I met amazing people there. Jordan McDarby, who is considered my brother now, who was head chef there.
Is that where you met Ida?
No, that came years later.
Because I remember she was working in Trinity at some point,
yeah,
wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That was 3 years after that.
Oh, okay.
So Jordan McDarby was head chef there, and I worked with him. After that, I worked with him so many places. That, when you link with someone and both work well together.
Yeah.
If I start another place and I'm in charge, I'm gonna try to bring the brigade that I want. So I try my renegades, and it was great there. Fucking busy when they opened 2013. I think it was just before Christmas. So it was madness. Years after, I got to be the kitchen manager there and checking all paperwork. I was checking the first week's rotas when we opened. And we were like 7 chefs, and everyone was doing 74 hours a week. It was absolutely. It was like, how the fuck we could do this shit?
Yeah.
Like on $6.50 an hour. So you work 74 hours, still do like less than 1,200 pounds a month. But another step there. So
I guess that's what it is for. We had Owen on recently, and it was like seeing as you say, it's just another step from like he started out Santi's bar back, then it was kind of bartender, then it was jumping to Northern Monk as a supervisor, then Norman's as a manager, and within 5 years, fucking bar owner somehow.
That's the good thing, I found in England. There's so much flexibility, at least in hospitality. Like you can, if you work hard, you can jump to like better jobs. And I'm not saying you do 2 months in a place and that, but
no.
I always try to stay at least like a year.
No, and it's also like really dependent on people doing good work.
Yeah,
you don't just get to jump. It's people that were jumping about. It was off the back of people knew that they were grafters. They did like real good work, and it's reputations follow.
After years, I got the chance to like choose where I want to work. Like, I'm not gonna get a gig I'm not sure about it, or it's not money enough, or the team doesn't look like I can't. I could in the past, but the things that, as you say, it's reputation. Like, I don't know, the amount of people that knows me now, for apart from being a drunk in Santiago, for how I work, and how hard I work, and how passionate I am about. And that's the thing with chefs. Like,
the ingredients, isn't it? Basically, it's
it's the thing about chefs. You can be a fucking mess on your personal life, but if you're a good chef, you're pretty focused on what you're doing.
Do you know what? It also kind of feels like at the moment, because there's this whole like Bourdain renaissance almost. There was the recent documentary that surfaced, and I think Netflix re-released the Travels series that he'd done. It feels like there's very much a cool around what you're doing right now. There's a spotlight. What was that? Did you see there was a film that came out recently? It was all one take.
Yeah, Boiling Point.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but
it's really good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I saw a little clip, and it filled me with enough PTSD from working bar shifts. It looks legit.
It's pretty intense. I think it touched a few stereotypes that be lightly, but overall, it's a good real representation of what busy service is, or how stressful it is. Working in the kitchen. And Stephen Graham, he does a really good fucking work in that film.
But I think it's interesting though that like a lot of the popular culture stuff that's making all of your shit look cool, it's still really labouring the like, this is hard work, this is intense work, this is almost like damaging work.
I think what Bourdain did is, sorry, it was getting pretty glamorous, with all this problem with Master Chef and that. Like, it's not easy job, like. And then Bourdain, I think in his books and that, he takes you to the dark side of the kitchen, or the real side, like working plenty of hours, like sleeping 3 hours a day, and the drugs, because that's something that is there. The abuse of alcohol and
the realities.
Yeah. In general, we are all fucking nightmares, but
I mean, it is definitely one of them things that obviously with Bourdain, it was not the nicest of endings for him, but like there's a lot of people that, I mean, I don't think I'm kind of telling secrets here, but we'll not break out the fancy glasses this week. We got these glasses, and they legit make the beer taste different. Well, they're wine glasses. They make the wine taste different, but it works for beers as well.
No, those are beer glasses.
Oh, they're beer glasses. There we go. But yeah, we've known probably a lot of people that have come a cropper for the industry kind of normalizing beer or booze with them a little too closely.
Yeah. I got to a point like I function like I can't do the same shit I was doing like 15 years ago anymore.
God, no, we're in our 40s now.
I still drink, but I function. It's not a problem in my life. Like I'm old enough to have a few beers and fall asleep, so that's good for me. But yeah, I met plenty of people. At some points, it's not been all good in these 10 years. I had times of more abuse or less, but know plenty of people who just lost it because you're not time for. It's really hard to have a family time or a partner or whatever. People just get hiding alcohol, booze.
Well, it's the industry. It's like, and it's when it's like it's so intense, and it's such an easy thing to just grab a beer or grab some shots.
Yeah, same for bartenders and front of house.
Well, it's for everyone. It's for back of house as well. Yeah. It's like it's
so easy to
because all you've got to do in the kitchen, all you've got to say is like, can you, even if you're not allowed to, who to ask.
Yeah, I don't in the past. I don't like.
No, but like people in the kitchen, you can.
Yeah.
Not that you would, but others can. And
back in the day, you have like few beers like clean down, and when you close it.
That's different.
Sometimes I had that plenty fucking shots during the service. It's not ideal.
No.
When you're busy, you can. I had a big burn of having 5 pints on my break, get back in the kitchen for like dinner service, and first fucking check you go, grab a pan, burn myself like shit. So yeah. So
you learn those lessons basically.
Yeah.
I think everyone has, and I think it's what I've seen over the years is if you're going to do that, and if you're going to sort of burn bridges doing that, then as long as you learn the lesson and turn back up, and as long as you turn up, basically.
The thing is that you don't really need it. Like, all right, do your service, whatever. Finish, clean down, have 3 or 4 pints and go home. You know, fine. Don't know the need of fucking drink during during work.
Unless you have some sort of disposition.
And
then that's a different story. But it's I guess the point is that it's if you do have kind of lingering potential issues in yourself, then I guess this industry has all the more scope to kind of be something to be aware of.
Yeah. If you're not good with it, like, actually, hospitality is the worst place to be. if you have a problem with booze.
Yeah. Obviously.
Because it's everywhere.
No, I've known people that have left the industry and then left the city because they can't be in the city because it's too tight.
It's so many people and everyone's going to be that.
And if they're going to break away from the addiction, they have to leave the actual city. It's crazy. Yeah,
that's why I did like living in Spain. Like, I need to fuck off to a different country, not a different city.
Right, let's break the mood away from the morose. We have. Right, I don't know if this is going to taste all right because the can... I think the best before is probably... Do you know what? For the sake of whatever, we'll just say it's fresh. I can't find the best before. So this is a Northern Monk, just your favourites again. We're going to have a sour.
Oh, fucking hell.
And
you treated me today.
Oh, I know, yeah. We knew you were coming. This is a collaboration of Northern Monks with Seabrooks Crisps. And their best ever prawn cocktails. So what I figured we could do is, I guess maybe have a sip, have a bite, have a sip.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Because I remember this as being really fucking good, but it might have just aged into terrible. So let's find out. It's kind of aged into kind of nothingness, to be honest.
It tastes a bit like seafood.
I'm still getting it.
Okay.
Crisp are good.
Try the crisp.
Treated me with a tasty menu today.
What's that?
You treated me with a tasty menu.
What can I say? We really rolled the boat out. That's my new saying. We rolled the boat out.
Why not?
I think that was a mistake.
Why?
I don't know. It's done nothing. But crisps and beer, it's a fantastic combo, and I ain't done it in a while. So
I've been feeding myself like that since I came. I think it's, I love the pub culture here.
Yeah.
Like,
beer and peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've been, when I was living in Hyde Park, I love to go on myself, on my day off, like going to a pub early on myself, like get a pint and a pack of crisps, like 1 p.m. Going to Brudenell.
Yeah.
When it's quiet, no students around, just chatting with the fucking locals, with the guys from the garage and that. I don't know when they work because they're all the time in Brudenell having pints. You know the guys from the next door.
Next to the taxi rank.
Yeah, you got there at 12:30, then fucking having pints around like. When do you work? I want that job.
I haven't been to the Brudenell in ages.
Yeah, me too. It's shame. Like, I live in Hyde Park, in different places, like for a few years.
Yeah.
And I love that when it's quiet. I love the summer in Hyde Park because no students. You can get the bus to town. It takes 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because no one is waiting. And I love Brudenell when it's dead.
Yeah.
I hate it when it's crammed with, rum with kids.
Yeah, no,
it's a good experience as well because you sit down there with a pint and like, oh, fucking hell, what that guy wearing?
Just worrying about the students.
Yeah.
I used to go there back when I first moved here in 2000.
Yeah.
And it was, back then Brudenell was like a proper working men's club.
Yeah.
So it was just like, we'd go into
they didn't do gigs back at that time.
They did gigs, but
no?
it was a working men's club. So like in the main room on the left hand side, every Saturday night or through the week, through the week it was free, but every Saturday night it was for the club basically. and it was all of the local residents would come in. There would be the committee, so everyone that was there, they would pay their subs to the committee, so they'd kind of give, I guess, £1 a month. I don't know what it is, but so based off of all of the subs that the people would give to the committee at the Brudenell, that money then went to like these, what they'd call the turn. So like there'd be a musical act that would be on stage. So you'd go there on a Saturday night, and it would be the turn would be up there, then it'd be bingo, then the turn would go back, then bingo, then the last act of the turns they'd go up 3 times. And,
change a bit.
Yeah, and then we'd fuck off to the garage. But it was best night out in Leeds, and we did that for years. And like, it got to the stage where anyone that was kind of coming into Leeds just for gigs or whatever, we had like our little table, because we were just the regulars there.
Yeah, right.
And people would come in and like sort of join us and stuff, and the bands that would come through town or whatever. And eventually, it was, I think, unfortunately, when the couple that ran the place, Pat and Mab, unfortunately, Mab...
Is that Nathan's mom?
Nathan's parents, yeah. And unfortunately, Mab passed away in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think that then kind of put them in this place where they'd started to get like people booking the place for gigs that we were putting on, like the sort of the Leeds 6 DIY scene. And there was a fork in the road moment. They got offered a working men's club in Hare Hills, I think it was, actually. So there was a moment in the early 2000s where the Brudenell crew were going to be potentially, they'd been offered a spot elsewhere, and they stuck it out. And I don't know the ins and outs. It'd be great to have Nathan on here just to chat through all of the history
Nathan
of it.
will be an amazing guest.
But so I don't know the firm details, but obviously, like, he then, I guess, took the helm.
Yeah.
And really, Brudenell now is like world class. People know it from around the globe. So
probably like one of the best venues in UK.
It's in the world, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you're in the main room, fuck the community room, because whatever. It's like it's a show. It's good, but it's not the main room.
I've seen so many bands there, like, don't know why, but they shouldn't be playing there. Like, I've seen Sick of It All there.
In the side room?
No,
in the main room.
Main room,
Yeah.
Don't know. I've seen so many gigs in my years.
It's an absolute oddity, and it's like, and every photo has that like "Welcome to the Brudenell" in the background, and it's like the stage and the curtains, and the sound.
It's fucking great.
It's like, is it Archie? Is he still doing the sound down there?
No idea.
One of the old school. Oh, shit, he is, isn't he? I forgot he passed away. Fucking hell. He was a sort of old school Leeds 6 guy who was doing the sound. Doing a lot of things around the sort of the... Oh, shit, I forgot about that, yeah. Before we say some shit. Shit, yeah. Well, he was insanely instrumental in the sort of the early 2000s scenes and the DIY scenes, and like things happening full stop. Ooh, tearing up here. But yeah, he passed away, and... that sucks, but
don't I just I've seen some. You're right.
I don't deal well with emotions. I'm a emotionally stunted Western male. But no, it's
called emo.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fantastic spot though, and fucking hell, just it's turned into something now. It's like it's an absolute institution.
I'm not sad because I didn't, but I miss so much stuff not coming earlier. Like I've been in gigs in Royal Park Cellars, but
there was some insane ones. There was like apparently when at the drive-in. Yeah. At the drive-in, just before they broke big, they played the Royal Park Cellars. Amazing. And it was that whole tour apparently was like just I remember Dave Monk, who wrote or did the zine Fracture, saying back in the day he'd interviewed them and was saying, you guys, do you realise how big you're going to be when you come around next time? And they were like, what, really? No. They didn't realise just how big it was going to be.
It's slowly, you play in a venue like that, and then next time you play in a bigger place, and it goes like...
Well, for Leeds it would have been like sort of Royal Park Cellars, then you move next door to the Brudenell, then you move next door to Joseph's Well, which was potentially before your time, and then it would be the Garage, and then it would be the University Small Room, University Big Room, then it's
O2 and
yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a definite trajectory. It's a cool little scene.
I saw there. It was a Spanish band actually. It was on my days in McDonald's. They call Orde Mundial. They are from they were from.
Orde Mundial.
Yeah, like a war order.
Oh, okay.
And they were from, I think they were from Mallorca. But it was like super like cruise punk gig. Yeah. So I went there, and because I went after work, so I went there with fucking McDonald's uniform. So it's all these guys with fucking leather jackets and fucking things on like I'm wearing today, and I'm there with my fucking McDonald's kappa. You fancy a Big Mac? And it was absolutely fucking noisy. I remember, and I think it was the first time I went to your Royal Park club. So I went into it, and I was like, "There's not a gig here." Because it was like the old fellas having a pint. I was like,
"You got to find the cellar."
Yeah. Is there a gig here? Oh, yeah. Go that way and go downstairs. It was a completely different world. I was like,
yeah, that's what it's about. You go down and you're in like this horrendous basement.
Yeah,
and it's
probably the most punk venue I've seen in Leeds. I mean, you got Boom and that, but but if you don't know, you walk into Royal Park pub and you can't fucking.
It's very similar to like Domino.
Yeah.
When you go into Domino Bar and sort of to get into it, you've got to go into a barber's and then through the secret entrance and down the stairs, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
If you've got no idea about it, like,
exactly, and it's like the sort of the punk version of that.
Yeah.
Because upstairs it's like it's very like a very typical old English pub.
Those stairs were so down. Fuck, what's going on?
Steep as fuck.
Yeah. Fucking open the door like whoa.
Try getting a bass cab up.
I still got the T-shirt I got from them. I'm from Spain. All right. Why are you wearing a fucking cello polo from McDonald's? Man, it's his work.
So from the Trinity kitchen, where would you go from there?
Oh, it's a bit kind of blurred there because I did like a few jobs.
Okay.
And then at some point came back to the Rib Shack as a kitchen manager because they called me now because it was a shit show there. So it was you were the only good worker with her. But I think I went to the Liquorist, which is in Greek Street.
Yeah.
Because my mate, Jordan Matabi, who was kitchen manager, head chef in the Rib Shack, he left and then he went there as a head chef. So he was doing, as I said, trying to put a well-known crew together. And we were an amazing team, but the thing in that place, it was dead. They were doing so much money on
it's weekend shift
drinks.
Yeah, weekends are great, but then the weeks
are
quite dry.
They weren't promoting the food as much.
Okay.
So they all these contests and that, it was fucking around all the time. But now I ate food because they probably hadn't even fucking food menus.
All of the effort went to the menus with the cocktails.
So I went there for a couple of months, but because it was so quiet for food, I was getting cool my hours. My mate was like, I can't do anything, man. It's fucking dead. Yeah. So I was doing that. I remember that summer I was doing like 26 hours a week. I was like, I can't pay the rent with this.
Yeah.
So I told the guy, and then I think from there, the guys from the Rib Shack called me back. Like, oh, you want to have a chat, whatever. And then they offered me kitchen manager. What it was back in the day was like 20 grand a year, which is shit now.
But back then it'd be.
But like, I rolled my eyes like, whoa, fucking dollar, the dollar fucking sign and that. So I went there and then I stayed there for, I don't know, like a year, something like that. It's kitchen. Then I learned everything about managing the kitchen and, paperwork and stocks and all that shit. And which was pretty good because, it was, good knowledge for me, so I could put on my CV. Then after that, I don't even know which year I'm talking now, but I know about jobs. After that, I went to Gaucho.
Oh wow, nice!
I went to Gaucho.
How did you get there?
I don't know. I saw it somewhere, so I applied for the job. Listen, that was $7.75 an hour, and that day that was fucking amazing wage for a chef. It's shit now.
Yeah.
$75, what the fuck? Yeah. So I go there, and then I think it was a bit too big for me. I thought I knew better, but it was too much. I spent 2 months there, as well. It was weird time. They were losing one chef, so I was doing a lot of fucking hours. I did like 90 something hours 1 week, which was like literally 6 days in a row, like 9 till fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And I was, as you know, my ex-ma was not having a good time in my personal life, so it got a bit too much at the end, and I left after 2 months because when you don't have time to rest and process things and sort it out stuff with your beloved ones, and it all build up. And so it was an amazing place, like proper food. That was like probably the first proper food place, and I realized I knew nothing. I knew about busy places and knockout like really busy service and that, but I didn't know about like food. Proper restaurant, high level food.
And I guess also just like working alongside the person that has the control of the menu, because if you're working in somewhere like Trinity, it's going to be very kind of cookie cutter. It's just this is the menu. This is the ingredients. You got
literally like a book to step by step.
We're working with a formula, and it's going to be making money because this is how we operate. Whereas you go somewhere like Gaucho.
I learned a lot in Gaucho,
but it's like it was almost like that was the first actual real kitchen experience.
Probably chef like I was asking a lot. Some people have that. Oh, I don't want to ask because they're gonna know. I don't know. I'm like, mate, I'm all fully like, how you do this, like, why you do that way, blah blah blah. And some chefs didn't take it well. Like there was a couple of dicks there.
Yeah.
But I had this guy, Dom Hodgson, and I still got it on Facebook. That he was so sweet. He was so much younger than me, from a proper culinary college or whatever, culinary school. And he was so sweet with me. He was explaining me step by step. Like other guys were like, oh, how you don't know how to do this shit. I'm like, man, I don't know. But this guy was like, he showed me a lot. He's probably like fucking 17 years old, younger than me. And I still in contact with him and that. But he was really sweet. And I learned a lot. But I couldn't. It was many factors that, walking a lot, bad situation at
wrong
home.
place in your life. But also, I guess, if you're going to jump into like the first authentic kitchen experience, Gaucho is a hell of a place to jump in.
Yeah, it was busy all the time. Like, when my dad come to Leeds, I take him to Gaucho.
Okay.
Because I love food in Gaucho. It's proper. It's fucking expensive shit, but that's why I take my dad, so he can pay for it.
That is an absolute fair one. So from Gaucho though. So
I think I went to Bill's.
Bill's.
Bill's in Albion Street. It's a chain.
Okay.
Bill's, B-I-L.
I can visualize it like sloppily written. Yeah.
So kind of like, but it's open all day, like breakfast, brunch, dinner, whatever. And again, I went because I had like one of my fellow comrades from other kitchens working there.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like,
I'm done on this.
You should put it on, and then you can have more later. And
I think that's what a lot of it seems the hospitality scene is about. It's like finding the good people and then floating around with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like working with people I know. I think Wild was probably like the first one. I didn't know anyone. I knew the old head chef, Chris Dance.
Yeah.
Who actually I applied for just for him. It was first in Midnight Bell.
Okay.
Down. So I went for an interview there back in the day for a sous chef position.
Is Midnight Bell part of the same group that Whitelock's is part of, or are they? No. What is Whitelock?
So Whitelock's is like 5 Points brewery.
Okay.
Yeah. I know they don't have any more pubs in Leeds, but they just go. Do you know east of Arcadia?
Yes.
In Meanwood.
Yeah.
So Whitelock's got that.
And then there's one in. Is it Meanwood?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
That's the
sorry,
one,
I was thinking
yeah.
of the one in Headingley. My brain.
No. Well, because Arcadia and East of Arcadia, they are part of like, is that
Arcadia in Headingley. Yeah.
town something taverns? It's a group.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
they're not managing East of Arcadia and Midwood anymore. Then Whitelock's got that, but they're gonna rebrand it and then start. They already have it, but it's still called East of Arcadia, but it's gonna be Midwood Tavern from September, October.
Oh, okay.
And what I was,
You went to you applied at Midnight Bell.
Oh yeah, I applied for Midnight Bell with Chris, but it didn't happen because I was trying to leave Bills for a reason, and then that reason left, and then that was I'll stay. And I spent there like probably like a year and a half. It was good, like amazing group of chaps, like one of my best friends now, like Joe and Biggie and Coney and that, and good love. I really had so much fun there. It was we were cracking up every day.
Yeah,
working really hard, but yeah, I left at some point. Don't remember why.
I think that's what it's all about, though, is having a good crew around you.
Yeah,
and it's.
I mean, you're gonna be together for like fucking 14 hours, so you better, have a laugh together.
And as you say, it's like if you've got somebody there that you don't crack with, then it'll be enough to make you kind of think I'm going to apply for the Midnight Bell. Yeah. But
stay there, and then it's getting a bit confusing now because after a few years in Leeds, I worked probably like 10 different places or shit like that. What I did after that, don't know. I know at some point I went to La Casita in Hosforth, which was like a Spanish tapas inspired place.
Yeah, on Town Street.
Town Street in Hosforth, but I think
I remember that. Yeah, I think. I can't remember the spot's name, but yeah.
But it was good there. I think I'm missing a spot there in between. But I don't remember. As I say, I should have bring my CV and see where I've been.
Yeah.
But La Casita was great. Met nice people there, and learned all type of cooking. I mean, I know it was Spanish inspired, but they were using equipment like CV, like cooking in a water bath, meats and that was brand new for me. Amazing, always up to learn new techniques and that.
Yeah.
And it was like because the owners were like Michelin star background chefs. They worked as Miller was one of the owners, used to work in the box tree in Ilkley. Okay. That Michelin star. I think they lost the star now, but so it was simple food, but plated like with a bit of finesse, plating and that.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot there as well. Met amazing people. And
so how did lockdown hit you? Like you personally?
Well, it got me in between jobs actually. So at some point after La Casita, that was probably 2017 or something, I decided, by that time I was living inside, I decided to go to the Alps to do like a ski season.
I remember, you disappeared off there, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2018, from 2018 to 2019. Because I didn't have any position in a kitchen yet. I was kitchen manager in small places now, but it didn't count. And through the executive chef from La Casita, Tim Weeks, bless him, good lad. He used to do that like every.
So where was La Casita?
Huh?
La Casita?
That's the one in Hosforth.
That in Hosforth, yeah, cool, sorry.
So this guy who was like executive chef for them, because they have a few restaurants, he loves like snowboarding and skiing and all that shit. So he was going some winters to that season there. Now he was like, "You should try it, man. Like, actually, we got this hotel in Austria, and they're looking for a sous chef." I was like, and it was one of the points I was like a bit tired of Leeds, been here for too long and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what, it's only 6 months, like, it'll be good. So went down to London, have an interview, so I got the job. And then I fucked off to the Alps in Austria.
Yeah.
As an amazing experience for work, it was really, really good. The head chef there, Rick, still one of my best friends. He showed me so much shit, and so work-wise was amazing.
Environment-wise, amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing, but
perks, amazing.
I fucking don't ski or don't snowboard, so it's not much to do in the mountains if you don't do that kind of stuff. But you know, it was cold as fuck. I remember like one day in fucking February was minus 27. Still going to the pub after work. In the fucking bleach.
How the fuck is it minus 27?
Mate, it was
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a bit boring, but it was really.
Sorry, but every sip of that is fucking great.
Yeah. Oh. And yeah, I got lots of experience there.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking new things to cook. Like, I learned fucking lots from this guy. It was an experience that, you know, it was great because I knew it was like, all right, I only have to survive till March, and then I'll fuck off from here. But yeah, and then I worked in La Casita before, went to the Alps. Then when I came back, I was made head chef in La Casita in the same place I was working.
Okay, yeah.
For a period of time, I don't remember. And then what else?
We were talking up to COVID, so
yeah,
sort of 2020.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Till I think it was till February 2020, and then
in La Casita.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through Nathan, actually.
Brudenell.
From Brudenell.
Okay.
Brudenell. I got this. I always have a good relationship with Nathan. My ex-girlfriend Ma was working for him in the social in Leeds. And
okay. Yeah.
So I always have a chat with him. I go to Brudenell and that, and one day I went to Brudenell and talking with him, he was like, "Oh, you know," he was like, "I know you're a good chef and you know how I work and that. Do you know they're looking for a head chef in Kingston Bridge?" All right. Oh, that'll be interesting because I love the bridge. One of my favorite pubs in Leeds. Been plenty of times. Been pissed there plenty of times. So that'll be scary. They're gonna hire me because they know I'm a pissed. But somehow he knows one of the big bosses from Kingston, so he kind of arranged everything to meet.
Oh, okay.
With the guys from Kingston, and sat down, have a chat, and was offered the job, and I started there actually. I think it was that beginning of March 2020. So I worked like 3 weeks, and then we were shut.
Oh.
And then from there, I was looking off like Kingston took care of me, and they kept they pay for my furlough, even if I was just working probably not enough to get furlough, but they
that's really good of them. They gave you the furlough cash then.
They literally pay me to call. So at the beginning I was still going to the pub and all right, gonna do some cleaning, gonna rearrange things that we can open. So gonna try to get the kitchen together.
But that was like things didn't reopen till July, so we're talking like March, April, May, June. So 4 months. What were you doing then? Just kicking it.
To be honest, like that first lockdown, it was a bit harder because I was living in Cardigan Road, in a flat, in a basement room.
Yeah.
So it was fucking sad. You just try to keep it together, man.
Like you were saying, a lot of people just like moved back home.
Yeah.
Because what's the fucking point?
Had nothing to do, but
you
just try to keep, my mind together. Like it was hard that first one because I probably drank for too much. Because I wasn't in a place I was comfortable, so I was just going to the shop, get beers, get a bottle of Jameson, try to video call friends and getting pissed together. Let's have a shot. All that shit. Like it sounds crazy now, but
It's what we all did. Everyone was doing those those Zoom calls because I was working at Northern Monk at the time.
Yeah.
And we a few times had like everyone getting together on the Zoom calls and like having drinks and having shots, and I got too drunk and kind of said things I shouldn't have said. But like,
yeah, well, same man. I took a picture of myself like after being drunk. I had that Duke's donut plates. You know that Duke's.
The donuts, yeah.
In front of my house, I was pissed on Jameson. I went have a few donuts and fucking take selfies for myself, like stuffing a donut in my mouth. And it was like, mate, that's fucking embarrassing. But what do you want me to do? But I try to keep myself, you know, do big walks, like, you know, go through the canals and that.
Yeah, I really discovered the canals. Walking down that way was like every day, just getting miles in down there. And
I was just going down and then going to Amley and then getting to the canals and then at least going to kind of the bridge area and then come back. You know, at least like 2 hours of your day done. Apart from that, not much.
Yeah, and then I guess everything reopens in July.
Yeah, everything went to shit. Not to shit, but it was really busy the first fucking 2 months. Like, all that 8 out.
Well, the bridge has got like loads of outdoor space as well, and the weather was really good. So, well, no, actually, no. When I went there, it rained, but
it was a kind of, you know,
I had to fucking wear a mask outside.
At that time, every place was trying to figure out what the fuck to do. So I think we did like an app, so you could order from the table, or
everyone suddenly had apps.
Yeah. And it was a shit show because you can control the crowd. If you have 200 people sat down to be again and it was fucking all at the same time, it's like fucking mayhem.
The amount of times that, like, because we had our bar, we had another bar in Manchester, and we would get orders to our bar from Manchester.
We used to have like food orders for cardigans in the bridge.
Yeah.
What's that? Jackfruit bites. When we started doing this shit.
Yeah, and what we would get as well is people would order because they didn't know how to use the app. People would order a beer, but they would ask for it takeaway, and we had this in-house system where you could like take a beer from the tap. We had empty tinnies, put the beer in the tinny. Well, put some CO2 in, put the beer in the tinny. Then you got to put the lid on, put it into a machine, and it could like.
We used to have that in the bridge as well. Like,
You're
gonna have like fucking 3 souls takeaway.
So because we would always have like really fancy beers on, so people could, you know, like they could take it away if they wanted to. So it was an option. It was a really fucking great option if you kind of wanted to do that. What actually happened was that people would place the wrong order on the app, so we would spend ages fucking getting all of these beers canned up and what have you, take it to the table only for them to crack it open and pour it out, and it's just like, what in the fuck are we doing here? But it was, and as I say, it would be like then the orders from Manchester, and then it would be like ordering a can when they wanted it off the tap.
I think there was so much pressure put on hospitality staff to try to polish their fucking one-way system, whatever. Like, I think about it now, it's like, how fucking stupid was all that shit?
Yeah.
Like, mate, if you're gonna get COVID, you're gonna get COVID. It's not. But
it was different then though, because I think we were all operating with, it was like nobody knew anything. It's different now, but like at the time, I remember the early COVID shifts, and like I had this sort of the realization, just it was really like day 2 of the reopen, and it was like, guys, we're gonna have to take all of the beer mats off the table, all of the flyers off the table. Like we just hadn't thought even to that level of the beer mats can't be on a table, the flyers, because we were advertising like 7 different things on the flyers that we had in house, and we just couldn't. They were on the tables every shift, and it's like there's nothing can be out. It was crazy times. Like I don't know how we did it. Like front of house was horrible.
Yeah. It was worse. I always say it was worse for front of house than, you know, because we were in the kitchen, like, we, you know, don't give a shit. Like it was horrible for us as well. Like it was, as I say, with the apps and that, no control. Like, you get boom from nowhere, and
the noise as well, because it's like the apps are just so fucking noisy, and it's like just if you can't. It sounds a stupid thing to talk on, but like when you can't turn it off, and you genuinely would get like I said before, this sort of this PTSD thing of just like the you'd be hearing this fucking noise in your sleep sometimes.
I mean, if hospitality survived that stuff, like I'll be fine with anything. Like how many changes we had to do on the go. You know, you got your system in place, whatever, and then next day it's a different rules. Like fuck, you know, we need to, what? So now we can do this.
The rule changes were just
all right, it's only 3 households. How do you fucking go?
But also like the last minute things as well, and like sort of because with the hospitality industry, having to be able to like order in the shit that you're gonna need ahead of time. So it's like having the foresight to kind of speak to the brewery and say we need this many kegs in this week, and just everything. We were
for us, because I
insanely
think
fucked
it was
over.
When we should like 20th of March or something. I think it was
16th.
No, it was.
Or it might have been announced on the 6th. Between the 16th and 20th, it was.
I think it was on a weekend. So I was like, I need to know, Boris, what the fuck we're doing, because I need to order all my shit for Sunday roast.
Yeah.
And I already ordered from the butchers. And then he went on TV like, all right, everything's gonna be shipped by this time, this day. So called the butchers like, mate, cancel that order. We was like, oh, we were already on the ban. So that was like 500 quid or 600 quid on meat.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, the butcher's not gonna be like, oh, no worries, mate, I'll take it back.
Exactly.
They've
at the end of the day, they've got to cover their bottom lines as well. So
another thing, like I try to minimize wastage. Like I call the guys from the junk food project.
Oh yeah, junk food project.
Because I had so many. Like,
are they still rolling?
I not hear from them. I've
forgotten the lad's name, but
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith. Yeah.
I didn't hear from them in a while, but that day, you know, I contacted them and I was like, I have all these kilos of like raw veg. You know, I got plenty of carrots and broccoli and whatever. Like, you know, I don't want to put it in the bin, so they came and collected. And you know, the meats was fine because we can freeze it down. But you know, it was like if you're getting ready for a weekend, you're gonna spend like $1,000 on food. That obviously you're not gonna. But yeah. Bridge was good. Crystal Bridge team is the best team I work with ever. I fucking love anyone working there. It's like brothers for me. Like the fact that some of them are working in tap room now, and I go, like, oh, save you right now. I'll pay for a beer.
I've still not been down to the Kirkstall Brewery tap room.
It's all right, man. It's good pizza.
It looks cool. It was a long time in the coming, but it's a big space. And Jonty's down there this weekend.
He's playing in he's playing
Sunliner.
They're playing there. Yeah, I think they're gonna play there, and then they're gonna go see Dats Against the Machine in Brunel.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't want to make more beef about Crystal, but you know, I enjoy my time there. I love every person I work with there. Yeah, because it's a different level. You know, the staff you work with than higher.
And you know, and then from there, you get into Whitelock.
Yeah, so I'm living the dream.
It's all part of the journey.
Living the dream. 3 days off a week. Man, fucking part-timer.
Yeah. So what are you thinking is going to be next? Because you know you kind of, not that you took a step down for Whitelocks, but you took a step down for Whitelocks.
Yeah, I did, but because after the bridge, I needed something more light on you know, mental stress. So and this is the first time I'm not even looking for all the jobs. I'm gonna because
so you're just happy right
you know, Nick the head chef he makes it so easy. Like this is the time it's gonna be like a year I've been working in Whitelocks now. This year I've seen more gigs than I've seen 10 years in Leeds. Because I can book off, like, you know, if I know I'm gonna go for a gig, I tell him, like, if it's now one already booked, like for holidays or whatever, so I can go anywhere. Since, you know, even if it's a Friday night or Saturday night, I can get it off and go for a gig. In any other jobs, like any gig between Thursday and Sunday, like, it's a no.
Nice. And you just don't get that in hospitality.
Yeah. As soon as you know, I work like 4 days. Sometimes I work 5 because if we got someone on holidays, you know, whatever. I mean, 4 days, easy. So as soon as I work 4 days, doesn't matter if I need a Saturday off or whatever. You know, if we can accommodate that, fine. So I'm trying to go as many gigs as I can.
Okay, right. Top 3 spots in Leeds for gigs. So top spot, boom.
Right. I'm thinking on the third one because Boom is an amazing venue. Like you know that the most punk venue in Leeds. It's so well organized and people who work there is amazing.
Everyone working down there is fantastic.
And I've seen bands there that it's no chance you can see bands like Ignite, H2O, Madball, blah blah blah.
It was like Ignite. Was it last week? Was Ignite last week?
It was a few weeks back. It was so sad that it was like, we were like fucking less than 20 people. but I saw Ignite there back in 2017 and it was packed. So I think it was like many factors, but you know, seeing Agnostic Front or Madball in a tiny room
is fucking insane. Yeah.
And I think for bands like that, it's like being back in the 80s.
It's like being in your childhood. If you see Madball in a room like Boom,
it's gonna be carnage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing the amount of like big bands from the scene that go to play there. I got a friend called Chema. He doesn't work. He plays in. Chema's a guy from where I'm from Murcia, in Spain. But he came to England 20 years ago to London. Yeah. He's a bassist. He's been playing with Total Chaos, UK Subs. Like,
okay.
He's a kind of, you know, like...
bass for hire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays with a band called Buzz and Glory now. Kind of like,
we saw them.
You came with me. Fuck me. You remember the little guy.
Yeah,
and he was saying like, mate, this fucking venue is so amazing. Like, I've been playing so many places around the world. I was like, how the fuck you got this in Leeds now? Man, you know, people who work hard and get. So yeah, Boom definitely. Yeah. I would say Brudenell. And which one is the third one?
If they got the gigs, Wharf Chambers would be amazing.
Yeah, I've been in a few gigs in Wharf Chambers.
But it's. I mean, you could just go with Royal Park Cellars. They still do gigs.
Yeah, but I've not been in years.
Yeah.
I've been in Santiago upstairs, obviously, sweaty and noisy.
It's cool because it's Santi's, but it's not a good venue, really.
I actually did organize a gig there.
It would be sick.
In 2016, I did the gig. There was this band from Spain called War Song, and I fucking loved them. And I think I got like a band. Mac was singing in the band. Mac from Bad Apples. Don't remember the name of the band. I don't know. I put like 3 bands together. Yeah. And I was telling everyone, even the Spanish band, like, I don't do this.
I'm not a promoter, but I'll do it.
I'll work full time.
That's the dangerous first words of
I got no time to like get a poster together. Well, at the end I got a poster from a friend. It was shit. But sorry, Ivan. Boy, it was shit. I still got the poster at home. But because I wanted to see the Spanish band, so they were playing like Liverpool and somewhere else, and I know them, so they were like, oh.
But that's the origin story of like anyone that's ever started to do anything. It's like, I wanted this to happen and it wasn't happening, so I made it happen, and it's like that's how I got into putting on gigs and doing anything really.
We put like 25, 30 people in Santiago upstairs.
And that's good enough.
It was amazing from the bands from Leeds that say like, don't give us any money from the tickets. I just give it all to the Spanish band because they got like trouble. I was like, I got all this money from the tickets, and both of the bands say like, just don't bother, man, just give it to them. I mean, it was like, I don't know,
be like 15, 20 quid or whatever. Yeah. I mean, no, but if you were going to offer like a Leeds band, it'd be like, here's 15. Put it in with theirs.
Yeah. And they stay at mine size. He doesn't know this because he was on holidays. So I put like 6 people in the house. But it was all because it was a time that 2016, so I just broke up with Ma, and then I just moved with Sai, and they released this album like few months before. First album they released in Spanish. They have 2 more albums that they sing in English. Yeah, and it was fucking deep. It was like my kind of like breakup soundtrack. So like, I really need.
I gotta put these guys on.
I really need you to play lyrics. I wanna cry.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Amazing guys. They don't play anymore. But
well, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's have Santi's as the number 3 spot then. So we got Boom, Brudenell, and Santi's for gigs and Leeds, and it ties in. Like we've lived. I mean,
Santi's as not as a venue, but as a bar. Santi's been my, my central. How to say this? I'm getting pissed, so I can't speak English properly. It's been really central of my life for the last fucking 8 years, because if I count on the people I know, it can be about 85% of the people I know. It'll be people I met in Santis. People like you know, all the fucking bartenders.
Well, just even like saying to Nicole earlier, it's like, oh, have you?
Just saying, I probably met her there, but I don't remember.
Well, I was saying, like, you know, you guys don't recognize each other, but but I guarantee you'll have fucking drank together in Santis.
But you know, I say like Santis like a black hole. Like, you know, you can meet like the fucking Pope there, and it's oh shit.
Oh yeah, there's some people that I've like known over the years and literally only ever seen in Santis when we've been wasted. It's
I can go like dozens of people I know, and I consider friends that anyhow walk there or drink there usually. So yeah, you know, in my son's typical it's pretty important for me. You know, met there Camille, John T, Paul Hanley, Kay Wilby, Dave Holmes, Owen. Yeah. That, you know, and it goes on and on and on.
The list is just crazy.
Yeah. All amazing people, and then, you know, it trespass that like bartender customer.
Oh yes,
relation, because I've been there all the time. You know, I'm part of the. I'm older than fucking chairs there.
You've probably slept more in there than you have in your bed.
I spend more time sleeping there than in my bed. Yeah, for sure.
So basically, as well, after you've finished a bar shift and you're bouncing around Leeds, you're a man that's known to frequent the bars. What are your... Let's strike Santis off the list. Favourite spots to just kind of like rock up to in Leeds after a shift and enjoy a quiet drink, whatever the drink's going to be?
Well, if we don't count Santiago, that's a hard one. Definitely Wax Bar. Amazing there. Always nice atmosphere, like, you know, they play great music. Always have a great chat with Christian or Sam, who's working. Lately, Grindhouse.
Okay.
Go and see my man Paul Hanley, who plays
the finest tunes.
Yeah, all the tunes I like. Fit me fucking Jameson's. If he's not that side of town.
Speaking of which, have a shot.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I was thinking that was it's a long time I had
It's a long time since we've had a shot. So we're going to go to Wax Bar, then you're going to go next door to Grindhouse.
Yeah, Grindhouse. Probably stop the night there if we don't count Santiago. If I decide to go on my way home, I'll probably stop in Duck and Drake. I'll say it right this time.
Duke and Drake.
Duke and Drake. Because I live around the corner, so it's my new local.
Okay.
Duke and Drake's amazing. I can go, if I'm off, you know, I do all my adult stuff in the morning. Then when I'm satisfied, all right, the house is clean and that, I just go down 2-3 p.m. and have a couple of Guinness. Cheers. You're done in them, but I'm enjoying them.
It's the only way I can drink it.
Yeah, go Turk and Drake and a couple of Guinness. They're always playing tunes like crunchy, like, you know, they're always playing Soundgarden, Pearl Jam and that, so nothing better for that.
Yeah. So where are you finding the best Guinness in the city?
Oh, good one. Turk and Drake actually do right proper Guinness.
Okay.
Whitelock's Guinness, amazing. There's other places like, you know, Tabula Rasa.
Tabula Rasa.
It's like a cocktail bar. Is near to this shopping centre, John Lewis.
Okay, yeah. So Eastgate sort of area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know the one. Yeah.
It's like cocktail vibes. I know the guy who owns the place, Philippos. He's a great guy.
Okay. I've walked past there loads, and it always looks fucking great. Like the windows are open. It looks looks really Mediterranean. It looks like a high level Mediterranean meets cocktail bar, wine bar. Yeah. It's really cool.
It's cool that I go for Guinness there. They do amazing cocktails, but I would stop for Guinness. And you know, this guy he works in plenty of bars before, so it's easy to, you know, reach conversation like, oh, where you been? You know.
Okay. And it's his bar.
Yeah.
Okay. What was his name? Sorry. What was his name?
The bar.
I'm slurring my words now.
The bar of the guy.
No, the guy's name.
Philippos. He's
Philippos of the bar.
Tabula Rasa.
Tabula Rasa.
Yeah. It's great. Like great cocktails, great Guinness, great chat.
Yeah. So if you're looking for Guinness in Leeds, it's going to be Duck and Drake, Whitelocks, and Tabula Rasa.
Yeah. They they do good Guinness in Watermark as well. You know Watermark next to Belgrade and that.
I always get that place confused with Whiskey Down, the gentleman's club.
Yeah.
Which I've never been to, should say, but like.
Don't know, like living in town now, I've got so many
so much in Leeds.
Yeah. Yeah. So many opportunities to go.
And they're just opening up the bottom end, so like where just Duck and Drake neck of the woods, the road that what's that street that they've got next to it, where they've just done the pedestrianised area. And they've got like that is it Pallet and
Lamb and Flack and
no. It's literally like sort of you got Crowd of Favours, Duck and Drake, then around. So as you stumble out of, if you cross the road from Duck and Drake to the other side of the road, that whole street.
Is that where the Wharf Chambers is?
Wharf Chambers is down. So like, if we imagine this is that's Crowd of Favours, that's Duck and Drake. Wharf Chambers is down there.
Yeah.
But if you go up this way.
Oh yeah, where it's Wapentake and
Doghouse, Pastel is a new spot there. But they're really opening up that area. And
so it's going to be pedestrian.
Well, if you walk up it, you can see that they're like developing. There's a spot just next to Pastel.
They've been building shit there for ages.
Oh, they've been building forever. I can imagine, but there's an area there that's going to be, it looks like it's going to cut through to the Corn Exchange area.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it feels like when all of that area is fully actualised, when they've gotten the block that's alongside it, like the old post office, that feels like it needs to be redeveloped, that whole block.
I probably going to be the next thing, like, if they obviously build bars and and shit there.
But if they do that, then even if they like pedestrianise that whole area, because they've taken half of the road real estate in the past kind of couple of years and pedestrianised it. So if they just fully pedestrianise, that would be the sickest little kind of...
Yeah, a little bit. That's the thing with Leeds.
There's so many little spots like Marion Street, Coal Lane, you've got
developing like, new bars, like new areas to go. Like, I'll be amazed. Like, I live there, so I can't wait to see what's going on there. I just moved myself into that little area when I don't want to, because I know if I walk from a flat to Newbury, it's trouble. So I try to stay, Turk and Drake and Wapentake and that. Yeah. So I know I'm like a minute away from a flat, so
you can stumble home.
Yeah, I fucking crawl to my flat.
I reckon, without Cigarette Dead, it's just about as good a place as any to wrap this up.
Yeah, man. It's been a fucking pleasure.
We've had almost 2 hours of chatting.
Fucking hell.
I'll have to cut that down.
I didn't stop talking.
Parade of grafters.